behind them and cameras, major networks all around them. I was like, look at those optics. So I did videos from a distance and zoomed in to show what you're seeing on TV is a simple crop in of what they want to say as a message. They're not showing peace in the streets of Washington, D.C.
And a lot of prayer too. We've seen that. I mean,
I'm a Christian, and that's the only reason I'm here is because God keeps telling me to stay here. I'm walking around at night. I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm just like, you can't. How should I say this? I was around people that were doing Trump flags and everything after the event, a couple days after, and the hate that I saw thrown at them. I've had people come up to me and say I'm a terrorist. I've had people come up to me and say, get effing Cruz out of office. I'm looking, I'm going, I'm from South Jersey. I'm not from Texas. You're stereotyping me. But I said something that I think is really huge because I called it the Great Awakening. And I've been praying for a year that we see the injustice that's going on, that we see the fraud. And now it's just so plain in our faces that now the average American citizen has to go to 9 different sources to try to discern what the truth is because of the narrative. And I've been interviewed by New York Times for an hour interview yesterday, CNN. And I've talked to people that have, TDS and all that stuff, Trump derangement syndrome. And we just have to listen to each other and try to understand each other. There's people that we both walked away in peace. They appreciated it because they've stereotyped Trump supporters as fanaticals. But we're all just,
I made a claim earlier that before you spread stuff online, make sure it's credible. Make sure the person who sent it to you, you know them, they're trustworthy, because there's so much misinformation that floats around. I mean, you and I, I'm sure you've gotten the same DM messages that I've gotten.
Actually, no, and I'm undercover. I don't know why.
Well, stay like that. Stay like that. But I think it's important that we don't spread misinformation because it just builds into this frenzy and really sets up these expectations of what really can happen now. Now we all, I know that the military presence here, and a lot of people have these conspiracy theories that it's not over till it's over. And of course, tomorrow, Monday, being one of the final Mondays of his administration, could he declassify?
He has started declassifying documents. And I actually have talked to federal agents direct. So it's one person out. I mean, it's hearsay because I've heard about it, but there are some I can tell you what I've heard on the ground from the actual federal people. I don't know if you want to hear.
We'll talk offline because I don't want to. Only because of restrictions on the internet, I don't want us to get flagged for any reason. So.
And it's a miracle. It's a miracle of God that I'm still online when you see my videos at Mustang Medic. I mean, I'm serious.
Mustang Medic.
Mustang Medic. MEDIC.
I love it. Oh, real quickly before I let you go, greatest Mustang that ever built was what year and why?
69, Boss, 428, because it's a fastback. And it's a Boss.
There you go. All right. So you're here, you're walking around, you're talking to people. I mean, we have a nice lady here. I don't know if she wants to come on camera or not.
A lot of people observe me when I'm talking, and they get in line to give me interviews. I've been
you're signing autographs later, right?
No, I'm serious. Well, I've actually been recognized in the streets by people that recognize me as Mustang Medic, which I usually only get recognized at car shows, Mustang shows. Right. But I'm not exaggerating. I've been here since the 6th, and I've been interviewed by about 18 countries. And I just keep speaking this truth. What unifies us as Americans is we want the truth. The problem is if we are only getting a message from one source, or the algorithms are steering us to the source that we want to hear, so we stay online to do more, watch more advertising, that's where we get divided. And COVID being weaponized for the past year, isolation is bad for people. We are supposed to do this.
We're supposed to interact with people.
We're supposed to interact. We're supposed to talk. And I think everybody's going hyperbolic. They're just like reacting. And this is what I say about the Great Awakening with white people and black people in America, and black people, colored people, whatever is a preferred term, but I go white, black, is I call it the Great Awakening because black people in this country have been persecuted by the optics of looking like that they're criminals. It's not safe to be around a black person. Well, guess what? In 2 hours, 65 million people have become terrorists. You know what the first question is they ask me in the interview? Every country, were you in the Capitol? So there were 500,000 people here on the 6th. Somehow they all got in the Capitol. Yeah. So we're all being stereotyped.
Well, that's the misinformation that's out because
I've had people yell at me I'm a terrorist. I'm like, I'm not a terrorist. I'm just a person.
We've been covering President Trump for years. We've been to dozens, if not hundreds, of rallies they are basically half prayer rallies
Yeah,
and
they
half
are.
and half
Again,
rallies
yeah,
for
a
the
lot of
country.
prayer, a
So
lot of prayer.
if people that would go out to a Trump rally and actually see Trump supporters, they will find out that they are not just white men, which they really typically think it's just white America.
And for me, I mean, I'm an evangelical Christian, so I'm usually the minority in my churches. So for me, I think I've got a unique perspective. But if you look at me, I'm some like racist from Texas, and I'm like, I'm from South Jersey,
Yeah.
right?
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate
I've
your
watched you guys.
time
I
here. Well, I
watch you guys.
appreciate that, but and it's ironic that I was just talking about that and you walked by.
Yeah. And can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
It's going to be like a support thing. I'm going to sound like a politician.
Okay.
But straight up, if you guys want to support Mustang Medic and my new career, Mustang Medic on YouTube, and everything else will be obvious. If you guys want to support me financially,
I'll send you the advertising bill. How about that?
I'll take an advertising bill.
No, that's great. No, we appreciate you coming out here,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we'll bump into
Well, God knows how I'm going to make money now.
you. got cars. I don't know why. Hey, if
No, trust me, it's over.
no, I'd be
No,
driving cars right now.
Gordon
Trust me.
Apple's not going to like me.
Well,
Gordon Apple did the parlor.
If I could work on cars right now, I would work on them because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, we're right now in our country, we are dealing with broad stereotypes. We have to talk to people, we have to listen to people, and we have to not be violent.
I've said that repeatedly.
I against any violence in the Capitol. There should be no violence on either. I don't like saying either side. As Americans, we should not be getting violent. We need to talk to each other. We need to listen to each other, and therefore we will have the Great Awakening. Oh, that was good. Wasn't that good?
That was a good close
that
right
was
there. I
good.
think you should get into podcasting or something like that. I
I'm-
think you have a
I'm doing
future of
that.
that. I think
Yeah.
you have a
I'm
future.
gonna take your job.
All right. At this point,
Thank you.
little sleep and low pay. How about that? Thank you so much. That's a great example. Would you like to make a couple comments? No, that's okay. I'm just glad you're here. Glad you're here. Yes, ma'am. Okay. We're live right now. This is Right Side Broad. No, that's okay. Right Side Broadcasting. Absolutely okay. We're just showing the streets and going live. You can Right Side Broadcasting. You can look us up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yes, ma'am. We're more than happy to walk with us. We're just walking down here. All right, that was interesting, and that's a great example. Well, while we're on to fundraising, I will say this: we want to thank our good partner in all of this is our good friend Mike Lindell from MyPillow.com, and he has been such a supporter of RSBN for a long time, and has really helped us keep this ship going forward. So I encourage you to go to the website right now, mypillow.com. That's mypillow.com. Go onto the website and find something you like. If it's perhaps one of those unbelievable pillows, or perhaps you need to upgrade your bed and get some Giza sheets, or perhaps your dog would like to sleep a little better at night, get your dog a dog bed as well. But go onto the website, shop away, and if you will, put in the promo code RSBN. That's RSBN at checkout, and you'll get up to 66% off your entire order. That is something that Mike has done for our viewers, and we certainly appreciate him doing that. So go to MyPillow, mypillow.com, shop away, and get up to 66% off. So your entire order. But we certainly appreciate the guy, and how ironic that he walks up during all of this. But what a character he was. But we certainly appreciate his time. And there was a crowd that was gathering behind us, but no one appeared to want to come on camera at that point, which is understandable. Okay, if you're just now joining us, we're live, walking down Pennsylvania Avenue towards the Capitol. We are now on the corner of Pennsylvania and 6th, and just a beautiful area in our nation's capital. It really is. I mean, this is I was just telling Gage, our photog here, if there's ever a time to come to DC and be able to kind of walk the city and look at all the buildings, it's now. What a beautiful, beautiful time to do it. So much history here, so much to see. Now, obviously, a lot of these places are closed, so you're not going to be able to go in these museums. But man, just a beautiful city there, and just a great place to visit. So, unfortunately, we're here at a time in our nation's capital that there's a lot going on, so we're not able to visit some of these museums and stuff. But what a great city. We are also, I want to encourage you, if you I talked about Mike Lindell over at My Pillow. If you want to go see the interview that I did with Mike, it is on our Facebook page, and I believe it might be on Twitter and Rumble. You will not find it on YouTube, so you'll just have to go to our Facebook page and check it out. So go look at it now. I was able to talk to him about why he was at the White House the other day. He shared some information of why he was meeting with President Trump. He also shared some information on the future of the media and censorship. And so, this is a very interesting time that we live in. When you look at the size of audience that we have here, it definitely gets the attention of a lot of people and a lot of tech companies. And so we must continue to push forward for anti-censorship action, and we must be prepared to really stand up and fight for our freedom of speech. Now, we've seen what Twitter and Facebook has done to certain conservative outlets. We've seen what they've done for the president, and we certainly want to continue to hopefully push forward to protect our right to do just what we're doing right now and showing you what's going on. Now, this is one of they're basically going to build this new type of fence that we'll see down here when we get to the Capitol. It's why we need a secondary fence, I don't know, but you're going to see this same fence set up down here by the Capitol as well. A lot more people walking around now than was out here earlier. Quite a bit of people actually earlier this morning. Didn't really see anybody walking around other than military personnel. So a lot of people want to come down here, walk around, take a look at what's going on. They see so much on social media, and they see so much in the news, and they just want to see for themselves and come down here, and really come down here while you can. Because like I've said earlier today, I heard that this area would be completely closed off for the inauguration ceremony. And then I've heard that it was going to be open. So at that point, I don't know exactly what to believe at that point. Also, if you're curious about what the National Mall area looks like, I was told this morning, and I walked over there to confirm that the National Mall is completely shut off. It is basically set up as kind of a military, I don't want to say a base camp because that alludes to other things, but it is temporarily shut off. It's 100% closed off. So there's no access to that as all. Here's that secondary fencing we were talking about that you're seeing up and down Pennsylvania Avenue. The level of security here is incredible. I was talking to an officer earlier, and he said, well, this is what the mayor of DC wanted. And that was his comment. And I guess that would kind of, maybe allude to the fact that, the events on the 6th this is a reaction to that, not wanting, anything to happen again, but it's just an extreme measure of security here at our nation's capital. Beautiful shot you're looking at right now. Props to our camera guy. Gage is doing a phenomenal job walking with this camera and keeping these shots nice and steady for you, because it's not easy. We've done a lot of walking, and of course we want to make sure we give you the best quality, and that's exactly what you're getting right now. What a beautiful shot tonight. There's something about the Capitol. It's just the way the light hits the top, especially at sunset. It's an amazing, and that's an amazing view. But that is very much the different view that we saw. Absolutely. Go ahead. Thank you. Just what a sight that is. And of course, as we get closer, that is as close as we can get. They do have the entire perimeter of the White House, um, White House completely shut off. If you're just now joining us and you're like, hey, I just found Right Side Broadcasting. I was told about you guys. I just stumbled across you. Welcome to our channel. We have been covering President Trump since 2000. Oh, wow. I would say 2015, the campaign trail. And of course, once he got inaugurated back in 2017, we were there, and we've been covering President Trump from day one. And we're glad you're here. We are viewer supported. Of course, we've got partners like MyPillow, but we are viewer supported. So if you like what you see and you like the content that we're showing you and you like to support all of our efforts, we've got a team of people across the U.S. contributing to our content. Please go to our website, rsbnnetwork.com/donate. The information likely is on your screen. Please go and donate what you can. And if you say, look, Brian, I've got, $10, $5, $20, whatever that amount is, it all adds up, and it all goes to fighting for conservative values and patriotic agendas for this country. And it continues to enable us to do what we do. For all of that, go to rsbnnetwork.com/donate. rsbnnetwork.com/donate is the website. Go to it and donate, and you can simply go and connect to us as well through social media, and all the information is on our Facebook page as well. So go to RSBN Network, Right Side Broadcasting Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All of our contact information is there as well. Please go online and give what you can. We want to make sure that we remain strong, and we remain continue to bring you all this information. I'm just reading on my phone. I had gotten an update. I want to make sure it wasn't anything that I didn't want to miss here. But anyway, here we go. So this is pretty much the extent of where we can stand. Now, earlier, if we were to go on that sidewalk, we could walk a little bit further. But as far as in the street, this is what it is. You have a couple media outlets here setting up, doing some live shots. You have a guy over off to our left doing something, some people behind us. This is the spot that everyone wants to set up and report from. As you can see, there are some National Guard troops back there, a couple transport units as well. I did see a fairly large bus pull up this morning, and that's where the troops got out of. I don't know if they're being bussed in from certain areas or perhaps even from their hotel, their housing area, but that's kind of where they've been offloaded. But yeah, this is it. This is the I want to say the corner of Third and Pennsylvania, and this is the stop. This is where this is about as far as we can get. And from what I was told earlier, there will be any pedestrians in this area come inauguration. That's what I was told earlier today. Then, of course, about 30 minutes ago, we were told that wasn't the case, that people would be allowed to stand on the sidewalk. Now, I don't think the parade is coming this way. I was told it wasn't. I was told it was a very short parade, and it would mainly be confined around the Willard Hotel area. So definitely wouldn't come all the way down here. Go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. rsbnetwork.com/donate. I want to make sure I get that website correct. I apologize if I misspoke on that. So please visit us at rsbnetwork.com/donate. rsbnetwork.com/donate. And also visit our friends over at mypillow.com. As Mike Lindell has been so gracious to be able to share a lot of those proceeds to help us out. So that's very, very important that happens. Point.
You need a video, but do you really want to deal with all this?
I'll say it 1,000 times. When you look at the infrastructure laid out here, it's amazing. It's something that I don't think was remotely like this back in January of 2017 for the Trump administration. Don't think we saw that set up like this, but this is clearly a response to to protecting people. So if we want to, Gage, we can walk that way, and we'll walk alongside, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. But we did want to give you a complete bird's eye view of what's going on here in DC along this area, because there's so much misinformation. There's so many theories of why. There's so much presence here, and we want to make sure that we bring all of this to you, and so you can see for yourself exactly what's going on. Now, I will remind you, we have a team that will be in the West Palm Beach area on Wednesday when Trump makes his arrival there in South Florida. So we will bring you all the happenings there as well. So you can look forward to that. And we're also trying to bring you coverage with Trump leaving here on Wednesday. So hopefully we can bring you whatever happens with that. We'll be able to bring that to you live as well. And then, of course, Monday, Tuesday, hoping for some content from the White House. Obviously, if we get these documents be released, you will be the first to find out about that.
Sorry. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And this is a bit of a flash stream. Hi, Joseph Francis Burton. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, you have RSB, that's Right Side Broadcasting right now. And you're getting an idea of, you're getting some on the ground footage that's actually live. I'll turn the volume back up, but I just wanted to check in so you can see that this is live right now.
As well. And also remind you of our social media handles. You can follow us on Twitter. Just look up Right Side Broadcasting. And of course, we're on Instagram. And obviously on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, this is kind of a nice different vantage point here. This is a little bit, this is on the back side of what we just were looking at. And we got some troops ahead in front of us. Gives you a different vantage point of the level of just the logistics of the fencing and just what this area looks like. It's incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. And when you hear these stories and you see these threats of someone threatening this area, I just cannot imagine that would ever happen. So please, if you see information about some type of violence going on, I can assure you right now in DC, that is not the case at all. Very different scene here. Very peaceful, very relaxed. Like I said earlier, this could be the safest city in America at this point, with all the presence that we have right here for our military. It's simply unbelievable. A lot of people gathered here, taking videos, taking selfies. Like, this is something that you don't see all the time on the streets. I mean, this is history in the making. This is certainly not what we wanted to see right now. We wanted to a little bit more of an open situation where we're not completely fenced in and have this very guarded area that we're in right now. A lot of foreign press here as well. I was walking around earlier talking to some people from all across the country. Of course, we saw that during the election as well. On the media risers, there were people from Sky News and news from all around the world. Let's take a look at the the National Guard real quick. If we can get a shot of that down the street there, I would probably, just eyeballing it right now, it goes, well, all the way past what the first stoplight that you see, but the second red light way down there is all lined with National Guard, are all out here. And think about this for a second. This area you're seeing inside this fenced, you can't get to it. This is completely blocked off from civilians. So think about the added security that's here. Like, we cannot get over this 8-foot fence here. But I mean, there's so much security here in front of the Capitol. It's hard to explain. I mean, you see numbers. I saw numbers today that said 30,000, and I don't know how accurate that is, but I know that at one point it was 20, and I know that was reported to 20,000. So maybe they have added a little bit more troops to the mix. Let's see if we can get up close to this fence, and we'll show you. There's a couple Humvees behind there as well. We saw multiple transport haulers as well through here. We saw multiple military vehicles to transport people, a lot of those small gators that are able to transport troops around the city. So this is what you see. I mean, this is the infrastructure. We can look down here. This is still, I guess, this is third in Pennsylvania. There's still a ton of presence, and it's blocked off all the way on the other side of the Capitol. We haven't tried to walk over there, but I was told that it is blocked off as well back that way. If you're just now joining us, welcome. We are live in front of the Capitol on this Sunday afternoon, giving you a live look of what's going on right now here in Washington, D.C. We appreciate you joining us. We have added so many subscribers just in the last week or so. So welcome. We have a lot of new people to our channels. We certainly appreciate you joining us. And of course, we are viewer supported. Go to rsbnetwork.com/donate, rsbnetwork.com/donate to help us fund and keep providing you content. The numbers we've been getting on our videos is huge. I think we had 4 million yesterday combined on our platform watching, and that is more than a lot of network get on broadcast, more or less on digital. So we have definitely expanded the reach of our platform, and it's really due to you guys like yourself that take our videos, you share them, you tag a friend in them, and we certainly appreciate all of that. That's helps us grow the network to where we have it today. And of course, Joe and Bridget back at the corporate office have been working long hours editing all of this, getting these servers up, getting all this information out. And it's a lot of dedication and a lot of effort to bring all of this to you. And we want to thank those guys back at the corporate office for making it happen. And of course, we will continue to be on the streets. We'll continue to show you what's going on here in DC as we go into these final days of what has been a very successful Trump administration. The list of accomplishments, I could stand here for 2 hours and rattle them all off to you. It has been an amazing 4 years, and we'll have to see what the next 4 years looks like under the new administration and some of the policies. And of course, we will continue to be here, and we will continue to press on and ask the questions. And you saw during the Obama administration, it's very much a love fest for Obama for 8 years, and they didn't really challenge Obama a lot for the last 8 years. The media has been a very different scene than it has been traditionally. And so, of course, being a conservative news outlet, I don't know what our future is to be able to cover a Biden-Harris administration. So that's going to be interesting to find out exactly how that works. I think more than ever, conservative outlets like Right Side need to continue to push forward and get the truth out, because now more than ever, we're in a tipping point in this country as far as media is concerned, and people are looking for some alternative ways of getting their information. And we've seen it. We've seen them turn off obviously even Fox News, which we thought was the power force and the only one of the few conservative voices, definitely in television. So we've even seen their ratings drop. We've seen talk radio go up across the country because people, talk radio is one of the last true conservative voices as far as radio goes. So we've even seen success for that, but we will continue to be here and bring you the information as we see it and give you, I guess, an unfiltered look at what's going on in our country. And one of the things I wanted to bring up was yesterday I got hit with the notion that I said Washington, D.C. is one of the safest cities in America. And if people want me to stand here right now and tell you that my life is in danger, and I feel like my life is in danger, that is an outright lie. That's not happening, and I'm not going to tell you that, okay? So this is a very safe city, and we have a ton of military here right now. So the conspiracy theorists that say that there's violence and bloodshed going on in D.C., I don't see, obviously we don't see it. We'd be showing it to you right now if it was. And we feel very safe, and there's nothing in my remote imagination would ever suggest that would happen here. So we'll see about going forward. Just reading some notes here. I'm going to make sure that we thank all of you guys right now for watching us and tuning in and sharing these broadcasts. We continue to grow our network on Twitter. We continue to grow our network on Instagram and Facebook. And that is very important that we get all this information out on social media. Let me step aside and let you look behind me. Once again, we got men and women of our military here in the sacrifices. We've got troops from all around the country right now. It is unbelievable how many people are here. I talked to some troops earlier. A lot from Texas are here, a lot from North Carolina, California. There's just a lot of deployment troops from all around the country have been brought in to secure our nation's capital. And we are glad they're here. I mean, we wish it wasn't under these circumstances. We wish it was more of a celebratory, I guess, stance rather than a defensive mood. But we certainly appreciate them being here and showing their support for this country. And hopefully we can all, when this is all said and done, we can all go back to our homes and with no events had happened. Let's see if we can show these vehicles over here. I know that a lot of people like to see some of the military Hummers and transport vehicles. And as you know, this is a long staple of the U.S. military, the U.S. Humvee, AMC. If you're a car guy like me, this is a vehicle that I've always wanted to own. Would be a Hummer. So we'll take a look at that. It's here, and this is, this is what you see on the street right now. The Honda Accords have been replaced with Hummers because at this point, this is what you see on the streets right now. At our nation's capital. And I was saying earlier, if you have plans to come down here for the inauguration or just for just to sightsee, I highly encourage you to take the train into this area. Now, there's certain train stops that are not available at this point. You've got to, once you get on the train, they'll tell you certain stops are closed. But if you are coming this area, don't think you're going to take an Uber and get to your destination. You'll be dropped off blocks away from your destination, chances are. So if you're coming in outside the area, I would drive as far as you can, then I would get on the metro and then take that into this area. That is pretty much the best way to get in. And then just walk from there. Our hotel, we came in the other night. We got in about 6:30 or 7 actually. And by the time we got to downtown, it was we had to get off at the metro and we had to walk about a mile to our hotel. And it was that scene from the other night is very different than what we're seeing now. I mean, it seems like every day they add more and more security. And I was even told the press entry that we were at, that was even going to change in the next day or so. So this is a very fluid situation here in DC. They are definitely really adjusting the perimeters based upon, I guess, their intelligence and kind of what they want to secure, and maybe how many people they expect to come. They have been adjusting on that. So it's a very fluid situation. So if you are coming down here and you're seeing what we're showing you right now, it could look different tomorrow, and it could look different on Tuesday, and it would definitely look different on Wednesday. I can assure you for that. Okay, tell what we can do. We can turn around, maybe go back the way we came in, or perhaps we'll go back this way. There are some checkpoints all over the place. I was told, though, that on Monday, that all of these checkpoints will have some type of security screening. I think there's only a couple here that have it, but they all will be set up. So there'll be more entryways to this area that have security screeners, not just one or two that are open now. That's why sometimes when you walk out, you're not as close that you want to be. But man, just unbelievable scene right here, right now. If you're just not joining us, we are live right here in front of our nation's capital on the corner of 3rd and Constitution here. And you kind of look at some of the National Guard that's been deployed here. The numbers are in excess of probably 20,000 plus all over. Now, we didn't see it as much around the White House. And if you followed our live the other night, we were primarily around the White House area, and we didn't see a lot of the troop deployment there. But you are seeing that here towards the Capitol. Also, the National Mall has been closed completely off, and perhaps we can, when we walk back, we'll try to maybe show you there. That has been completely blocked off. There is no access to civilians in the National Mall area. Only military personnel, security personnel allowed in that area. So if you're planning to come down and see the National Mall, not going to happen, not open at all. It's more of a, I don't want to use the word base camp, but that's where they're keeping a lot of the military. I saw restrooms and even like tents that might have been more like a dining tent perhaps. So that area is restricted from us. We can't even see it. There's no vantage point that's remotely close to where we can even show you that. Also, if you're just now joining us, I want to remind everybody, go to our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate, rsbnetwork.com/donate. Go to our website, check it out. We've got information on there, and of course, an opportunity to donate to Right Side so that we can continue to bring you all of this coverage. And as I talked about earlier, the dynamics of media has changed so much, and we've seen the viewership on the mainstream media absolutely drop. And so people are wanting information. They're wanting to get not just information, they want to hear. There's a big difference in that. There's reality, and then there's just the reality that you want. We are showing you the reality, and if sometimes it may not be the reality that you want. And I'm not going to spread conspiracy theories on this network. We don't do that. We simply show you what's going on. So if you're looking for conspiracy theories, it's not going to happen here on this network. But we do want to show you exactly the reality of the situation. We've been doing this for a long time. And so I just encourage you, if you want to go to our website, go to rsbnetwork.com, and you'll get more information on exactly what we do. I would love to talk to somebody, people here, and see if I could find some civilians perhaps to talk to. A lot of people from the media all over, really a global media all over the world covering this story. Of course, this has been the biggest story, and we've seen that on the campaign trail. Media outlets from around the world covering this the presidential race in 2020. And of course, now that the election is over, those media groups are still out covering this story because it is the biggest story in the world. And what happens here in the U.S. definitely has a lot of implications to many countries around the world. And of course, keep an eye on the markets. It hasn't been too volatile in the markets, but obviously with a change in administration comes a lot of political and a lot of monetary changes that involve with the Feds, with Fed chair changes. So a lot going on in the financial markets as well. So we will continue to keep you updated on any kind of massive breaking news from those markets as well. And I always tell people, last night we were walking around, we had some kids that were riding their bikes around us, and they were asking us about Trump. And they said that they walked by, and some people said that, Trump claims this and Trump claims that. Is it true? And I will tell you this. I just want people to fact check when someone tells you something. Fact check it. Make sure it's true. And if you really want to get involved in your government, you really want to change the world around you. And I've said this for years. Go to your city, go to your city council, go to your school board, go to people. Look at what's going on in your neighborhoods and start there. Go look at what's going on in your cities and start there. Make the change in your immediate neighborhood, and that can change your world. So I know it's easy to look at the big picture and the Congress and the Senate and the presidents, but start local. Start in your own backyard to make the world a better place, and you'll see that it'll make you happy. It'll make you happier in life, and you'll definitely make a difference in the world just starting in your own backyard. So let me step aside a little bit, show you a little bit more of what's going on behind us. Obviously, we're getting closer. It's 4:40 here, East Coast time. And so we got a sunset here shortly. It will get a little bit colder and a little bit darker. And of course, pre-military, that might be a concern. I know during the all of the marches, we were always told to be off the streets at night just to be safe. But I don't think we have anything to worry about right now at all, being on the streets here in DC. It's a very, very safe place to be. I want to remind everybody once again, if you missed the interview with Mike Lindell, please go to our Facebook page. It is also on Rumble. You will not find it on YouTube. If I had a nickel for every DM that asked me where that video is on YouTube, I would have a lot of nickels. So please go to Rumble or go to our Facebook page. You'll see the interview we did there with Mike Lindell, and to kind of give you the clip notes on that. He talked about the reason why he was at the White House the other day on Friday, meeting with President Trump for about 15 minutes in the Oval Office, and talked about, laid out his evidence and what might have happened in the 2020 election, and talked about that. He also shared his thoughts on censorship and how even his company, MyPillow, like most conservative companies, get attacked by the cancel culture mob that want to shut him down due to his political and religious beliefs. And so he shares his thoughts on that, which, brings me to faith here for a second as we stand here on a Sunday afternoon. Faith is so important right now. And I just want to emphasize that if you have times of stress and anxiety and difficulty times, I just want to remind everybody to stay strong in your faith. And if you're someone who's never been a person of faith or a belief in a higher power, I just challenge you at this point to reach out to a friend, find a church that's based on the Bible, and try to find comfort in that, because there's a lot of comfort knowing that God is in control. God is the ultimate. He is the ultimate king. He is the ultimate president. He is the one in charge of all of this. So perhaps things did not go your way politically, and you find yourself really with a high level of anxiety and a lot of anger. We understand that, but you must put your trust in God. And I just encourage everyone right now to turn to faith, turn to prayer. We've got a lot of people that this video affects, and a lot of people said, I get a lot of DMs that say, Brian, thank you for suggesting prayer. I need to get back into prayer, because that's where you find peace. That's where you find peace. So when you put your trust in the government, when you put your trust in people in the government will let you down. That is a fact. God will not let you down. God will not allow you to suffer. So I just want to suggest to everybody right now to please put your faith in God, put your faith in the Bible. There's plenty of Bible applications on your phone. You can go to YouTube and find them as well. So I just want to encourage everybody on this Sunday afternoon to please turn to faith, and do not be stressed. Do not have anxiety. Do not be angry, as find comfort in the Lord. And I just want to make sure that we emphasize that. Good picture there. Gage is doing a fine job shooting through this fence, showing a little bit of the infrastructure set behind there. Troops out here, very friendly, and we've earlier was able to talk to a couple of them, find out what they're here. I mean, think about this for a second. These individuals have left their family. They have packed up to come out here, and they've left their normal life to come here and protect our nation's capital. So they're in this just like we're all in this, and we all need to show our troops support and prayers for everyone that's protecting our nation's capital, and prayers for our Secret Service, prayers for our Metro Police, prayers for our Transit Police. Everyone who's out here right now needs your prayer and support, and definitely don't want to. We want to make sure everyone is safe and secure, for sure. Also, if you're just now joining us, let us know where you're watching us from. Always love to see the different cities and
All right, guys, I'm just going to cut in here for just a bit. So for those of you that are just now joining us, this is live footage from Right Side Broadcasting, that is in DC. And I thought, it might be of interest that you might get a chance to see what's actually happening there, because I'm not here to debunk or unbunk, or I'm not here to add to the flavor, if you will. But I thought, you might, find some value in seeing things for yourself, rather being told, to believe what you hear versus what you actually see. So, yeah, I'm not sure, if that's, helpful for you, or helps you round out your weekend on the concerns out of that area. But we'll be back with another stream, and it'll be full stream. And of course, tomorrow is National Popcorn Day. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, then I guess you need to bring your popcorn. Have your popcorn on hand. Sorry, I'm not quite handing out those 100 calorie packs that I talked about to paralysis by analysis. So yeah, but tomorrow will be one day closer to this virtual event, apparently. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to this segment. And Anarchy Television, let me just thank everybody that has come out so far, and also thank you guys so much for taking the time to feed the AI. And if you did that, maybe you did that voluntarily by hitting the like, the unlike button. Maybe you shared it. And thanks so much to Derek C. Williams. Thanks to Derek C. Williams for sharing out the stream. And also just make sure, as a baseline, just make sure you're still subscribed. I know there's all kinds of, little reindeer games, all kind of little interface changes at the drop of a hat. And that's actually across platforms. It's not just, thank you very much, Ronald Finkley. Same to you guys. Good to have you guys here as always. But yeah, just make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. And I don't know, who knows, I may have the date wrong, but I'm hearing that it's tomorrow, but let's just do a little trivial check here. So tomorrow would be Monday. I don't know. If you eat popcorn, then you'll eat it any day, right? You don't. Every day is National Popcorn Day. If you like popcorn, okay. So there again, correction. I stand corrected. It is not tomorrow. It is Tuesday. Tuesday for your popcorn pleasure, whatever you want to have. And I remember there was a time where they used to refer to Rice Krispie treats almost. Is that popcorn? No. Pretty sure it's not. not the Rice Krispie treats. And so yeah, so I will probably do a little bit of a preview. So tomorrow, I kind of want to get into this right now, but there's just so much that's going on, and I do have an entire program for tomorrow, A to Z. We're gonna look at quite a few pieces, and yeah, we'll do that tomorrow for sure. And also, I'm going to run a commercial right now, and I'm actually going to take an opportunity to run a commercial right now because I am throwing caution to the wind. Let me just take us out of this screen right now and just bring you guys, bring myself in full screen here. Okay, so and let me pull that. So yeah, so because of the times that we're in and the amount of what do I want to say, censorship that's going on, there will be a way to there is something out there for you. There's also, you should check the community tab. I always say check the community tab, but you want to check it regularly so that when things that are interim or that are tentative, when they are finalized, you know what those things are and that they are finalized, or if there, there's another solution or another alternative that I'm offering. But what I'm going to do is I'll probably run that commercial right now. Actually, I'm going to run. Let me say hi to everyone in the stream, and thanks so much for everybody over on Periscope. Also, I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but for those of you that are on Periscope, they're pulling the plug on March 31st, and I can't really say it, and I can't make it any prettier than that. I can't really, I can't dress it up. I can't really fix it up, but they're pulling it. It's either I go the way of Twitter, or they're going to shut down that medium platform for you. So you want to secure your other options or whatnot there, and there will be. There's going to be. I will have a newsletter coming out also, and that will give you some information as well. So I mean, there's things to come up because the newsletter was going to come out anyway, but I think it's kind of it's kind of forcing my hand to just go ahead and do some of these extra things. So right away, I just want to say hello and thanks so much for coming into Awesome Alice and Kathy Latour. R. Jones, thank you so much for coming in. And Ronald Finkley, thank you so much for coming in. Anarchy Television. Ronnie Mann, thank you so much for coming in. Paralysis by Analysis, thank you so much. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone here. I think John was here earlier. Maybe he's further along down the strip here. But Pammy Clyde, it's been a lifetime. Nice to see you, Pammy Clyde. And actually, to the point of, was it Awesome Alice? Yes, I did hear about. I have read some pieces, of course, on the Gates, snapping that farmland up, and we'll get into that, on another show. And it's interesting. These things are happening, but you might find it interesting on how that acquisition came about, or maybe it's bird's eye into what happens all the time. I don't know. So what do we have? We have R. Jones and Old Head News. Thank you so much for coming in. A Sleek Steak Rule. And I just want to read this. Sleek Steak Rule. Thank you so much for coming in. And and thanks so much for supporting in replay or in the comment section, whatever it is. It's I call it all support. It all goes to the same system. But for those of you that were just coming in, we were showing a clip of the live DC and the amount of activity or the presence. Let's say what we were showing the actual military presence that's there right now. And if you're looking for comfort or safety or whatever, you can go over to Right Side Broadcasting, and you can see for yourself. Or if you're in the DC area, then you can see that for yourself. And yeah, it's there for you. And what else do I have? So I really appreciate you guys so much for coming in. Yeah, so yes, a sleek steaks rule. We'll hold the popcorn until Tuesday. We'll do that. And what else do we have? So yeah, so I'm going to run a couple of commercials right now. And I will be right back. I'm going to give a word of thanks to our sponsors. And I'll be right back, and I'll run a couple of other commercials before I button us up and pack us in today. All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll be right back. This show is brought to you in part by our sponsors. Whether you're interested in health, culture, politics, scripture, automobiles, or music, there's something for everyone. So please check out Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale Channels, The Definition of Anarchy, Joseph Francis Burton, Paralysis by Analysis, Chrysler Imperial H, Little Miss Goth, AZ Infidel, Cold War Jesus, Anthony Scioli, and Let the Truth Be Told. We'll be right back, right after this. And thanks so much again, Joseph Francis Burton. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And Sniper Steve says, on this 17th day of January, please think of Elijah 17. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm going to run what I'm calling an infomercial. So, and you'll probably get used to seeing this infomercial on the live streams. So, be right back. Awesome, Alice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yes, so as I was saying, there will be more information coming out for, like what did I say the other day? Like in the event that I go down, or that it seems that the channel or the station has been disabled, then you'll have a plan of action, or plan of default that you can get to, and you'll start on the community tab. But I'm going to be narrowing that down and finalizing that, and then also the newsletter is something that's going to come up, and then of course there will be some other things that are going to come up. Anarchy. He says, ride until the wheels fall off. I think it's funny that you say that. I think I've actually done that a couple of times. It was when I was younger, when I was a kid. Yeah, because yeah. That's the best way to go, Best way to ruin your clothes. Just ride until the wheels fall off, and then you don't ever have to wear that hideous whatever again. Great question, awesome Alice. What I'm going to do is with this newsletter, I'm going to try to do that in an e-blast. And then you'll need to sign up. There'll be a way to sign up for it. Yeah, I haven't I'm still working on the infrastructure and all that for that. And old head deuce. I appreciate it. That helps a lot. Oh my gosh, you read my mind, Anarchy. Yes, I did have one of those. And actually that was one of the ones that, I didn't like wearing dresses all the time. I didn't, but nobody was listening to me. And but then they would be all upset, when if I can't play, if I can't move around in these things, okay, well, this is what happens. So yeah, I did have what they referred to back then as a big wheel. And I guess I didn't understand the physics or anything behind the big wheel, and then the other wheels were smaller, of course. But but that's definitely an overshare. But yes, I did have a big wheel. Yeah, that was fun. And yeah, so yes, I'm going to do the newsletter, but it'll be done. You'll need to sign up for it. And of course you'll have the know-how on how to get that. And yes, good point. Sniper Steve. And yeah, so you'll have that information, and I'll probably run that at least one more time before we go. But yes, tomorrow I'll get into more specifics. I just saw that RSB was actually doing that live cast, and I thought, let me just throw some caution to the wind here and see what happens. But I know a sneak peek tomorrow. We'll go over we'll talk some value systems, and some things are coming down, more of this, Marxism coming down the pike, and who's participating, and how many more technocrats are we going to add? It's like, it's always, we're getting hit with them all at the same time. It's just, yeah, it's like they're not wasting any time showing who they are or what their aim is. But I think my question is it sustainable? What this utopia kind of a bit wish list. I don't know. I'm going back in the day, the JCPenney's wish book for the holidays. So who could afford all of that? Where's the money going to come from? Yes, say what you want, but is it really going to happen? Yeah, you can dream, but probably not. So yes, tomorrow we will talk, and tomorrow I will go into a little bit on the Gates situation, because he just keeps on. Yeah, he's fulfilling whatever his complex, his little master of the universe complex. He's doing whatever he feels like he should be doing, and yeah, and I'm not surprised. And I guess I won't be surprised when something else comes up. And I think that's about all I have for today. So I thank you guys so much for feeding the AI on today's stream. And Ronnie Man so eloquently says, please help support the efforts of this channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. Yes. It's not that I meant to tyrannize anyone. But, I think, who knows? Maybe you guys like coming around here. Maybe you don't. But in order for me to, it's helpful. if you can do small things, small efforts to keep us going here. And I'm probably gonna run that little commercial one more time. And I'm gonna read. I guess I could read a couple comments here. I do I enjoy the engagement that you guys bring to the chat. And Awesome Alice says, when Biden speaks, it's a broken Dreamcast. Interesting. And Ronald Finkley says, next thing people will tell me I don't got eyeballs or a brain. Who knows? Anything's possible, right? Right about now. So I will be right back. Thank you guys so much once again for tuning in. Sniper Steve. Nice to see you, Sniper Steve. And actually, yeah, well, I'll wait until tomorrow because I wanted to tell you guys some other things. But yeah, but you can see in this little infomercial that I've done that you'll have some options. But at some point I will just it'll be narrowed down to one because I am still building up some of the I guess infrastructure or whatnot. Look at Ronnie Mann. He's doing well around here. He's working so hard. Thank you, Ronnie Mann. And yes, and it helps out. I mean, honestly, because we're kind of getting, can I say this for the lack of a better phrase? They're kind of running conservatives or conservative voices or conservative framed, content creators out of town. And it helps whatever you guys can do. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to run this one more time and I'll be right back. Guys, thank you guys so much once again, and thank you, Sniper Steve, for coming in. So I'm gonna go into my default mode and check and see what it says on the other end right now about who's here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and great job. I appreciate you guys for the likes. And it looks like I got a fan for the music there. He says, like the music, wiggle, wiggle. It's a little different. It's definitely a different flavor than the other infomercials or either patron support videos that I make. Also, I'll be bringing more of that. But I promise I won't turn this into a identity project, a total identity project. But I will be bringing some other styles of music in the infomercials, and so I really appreciate it. And Anarchy, I'm gonna read your comment here. Anarchy says, I don't know if anybody still talks on the CB radio, but I will be monitoring channel 38 lower sideband on CB. Thank you for that, Anarchy Television. Anarchy, I always find your streams and your videos interesting because I've not really been around. I've been around radio, different types of radio, but your style of radio and your format of radio, I'd like to learn more about that. So thank you. So if you guys aren't familiar with Anarchy Television, you might get over and check him out and check out, just about anybody in the stream. Let's see. We have lots of great content creators, and we had the prolific Derek C. Williams to share out the stream early on, and thanks so much again for that, Derek C. Williams. And we have Zero the Infinite here. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And Zero the Infinite says, I haven't seen anyone else with a library account. I think if anybody, I think they're also doubling the name. It's almost like library has a nickname. It's Odyssey also. It seems like it used to be LBRY, and then it's like it's somehow they added on the actual Odyssey part. All right, guys. I really appreciate the engagements and the likes. So I look forward to seeing you guys back around here tomorrow. Now, unless I do some type of late moonlight stream, I feel like I almost want to do a rant, but I almost have to do the rant. It has to be unscripted in order for it to be a real rant. And Awesome Alice says they've been taking some streams down off of DLive. Wow. Well, see, that's the thing. It's, I don't want to go into Motown here, but nowhere to run. Where are we going to go? Where else are we going to go? I mean, I'll open this up right now. Give me your best destination. Where else are we going to go? If we just keep running, and to me, that's not a solution. It's not a viable solution. We're just, we're just run until somebody gets shut down someplace else, and then you run somewhere else, and then what? I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't have the solutions. I don't profess to have the solutions, but I know that what we're doing is not quite I don't know. I guess maybe we didn't see this coming, or we didn't see it coming as quickly. But so that's why I'm saying that please get over to the community tab and check that out regularly, because I'm not sure if I'm going to rely on these other, I'm not sure if I'm going to rely on those other platforms. I kind of like to do things the hard way. but then I'm prepared. So yeah. I mean, you're right. A lot of people have been snapped, and even especially like the walkaway movement. I think they've been snapped really hard, and yeah, I think some people are folding up, packing up shop, and then they're done. But I think you're gonna have to do something else. That's what I think. Oh, JT says, "Oh, I look tired." Well, thanks for that. Thanks for the notion. and maybe I am just a little bit. But I appreciate that. It's very observant. Cheesy Corey. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. But I do have the best stripes on the internet, so you guys know what you have the latitude to to filter everything that comes through the chute. Well, it is what it is. Don't don't retreat now, Yeah, but I'm not, it's not, but if you say that, then maybe I am, but it's probably it's not for the reason anybody would think. I'm not not having sleepless nights or something like that. Well, I'm not going to say that I'm not JT, that I'm not concerned, but I'm not, what was it? What did I say? We've all got 99 things going on, but staying up on account of this specifically is not one. It's not one of those things. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm hanging around. I mean, this is the beginning of a new year, so there's lots of things to be done, lots of changes some things that need to be adjusted, some changes that need to be made, and we'll see. This is a big change. I would think that most people have their eye, or at least one eye, or a corner of an eye, or somebody else's eye on, DC, what's happening. So I don't know, but yeah, but no, don't worry about the last time somebody, it's just, let's just leave it there. Says we need a flute solo on the infomercial. Well, I will say, ask and you shall receive. I mean, I have recordings of myself playing, and so who knows? You might get that. You might get that in one of the infomercials, or actually, I'm gonna be honest. I have an actual recording that I really like, and my friend's dog was barking. The dog. I mean, the thing about it is, animals or dogs, they really like to. I don't know. He really likes to try to match pitches with me when I'm playing. No matter if it's a lower note or a higher note. The poor thing, he just. I don't know if he thinks it's some type of the leader of the pack kind of call. He just. So yeah, but yeah, one of those, there's the dogs in the background. He's in the background, and then I have some, of course, with no pets in the background. But I mean, I would practice at my friend's house, and her dog, that's just what he does, and I admire him for I admire him for what he does. Okay, who else do we have? And Anarchy says a lot of these prepper channels are all going to do a live stream for the 20th. Ooh, that's nice. Anarchy, do you have one that you recommend? Like, if you have one that you recommend, then maybe we can all, or at least I'm interested. So if you want to drop it in the link, or if you want to come back in after the stream ends, and that's fine. That's fine if you want to drop that in there. And all right, so Old Head Deuce is getting a kick out of this. It really is. And yeah, it really is. It says, thought you were a cat person. Black Spring, you act like a cat. Do I? That's news. I think I do have cats. I like cats. But I don't dislike cats. And yeah, so we'll do something. We'll. I don't know. I'm actually thinking of starting another channel, but it'll be absolutely unrelated to what's going on here. But like I said, I try not to turn this channel into an identity project. Try not to do that. You guys will get that on another episode, but sometimes it comes through. All right. So Anarchy says, well, I know right offhand that Angry Prepper is going to be doing some. Ronnie Man says destination soapbox in the middle of town square. yeah, I'm really trying not to, I'm trying not to go on, like, I try not to go on a rant or go too crazy. All right, guys. So with all jokes aside, okay, I'm gonna run one more time, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, I have a comment from Old Head Deuce who says the future of conservatism is very, very interesting. Elephant in the room. That's to say the least. To say the least. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't call it, as they say. I can't call any of that. I can't even say, I'm not sure. And all right, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for coming in and taking care with the AI. And also, please keep an eye on the community tab. And I will see you guys on the next live stream in the comment section and on a video and maybe even a moonlight stream. So in the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you around the next live stream.